You are not in a room. You are suspended within a vast, hollowed space carved from the dreams of sleeping mountains. The air here is dense, like velvet, warm and weighted with the essence of untouched rain. You feel your body slowly melting into this atmosphere, as if your skin has become permeable, letting the hush of silence seep through every pore. This is no ordinary place. This is the chamber of suspended rain. Here, time does not move forward or backward. It simply holds its breath, like the droplets that linger above you, each one caught mid-fall, shimmering in perfect stillness. The walls around you pulse gently with veins of silver light, not harsh or jarring, but soft like moonbeams swimming beneath clear water. They hum quietly, a low vibration that touches your bones without sound. The frequency resonating here is 432 hertz, a tone known for healing, for calming, for returning the mind to balance. Your feet are resting on warm water, shallow enough to feel the smooth texture of polished earth beneath, yet deep enough to hold your reflection perfectly. The surface mirrors not just your form, but something deeper, something older, the shape of peace, perhaps. Above you, there is no ceiling, only a sky made of opal mist, swirling slowly like cream stirred into tea. Colors shift across it. Pinks, blues, lavenders, all blending together in slow motion. Sometimes a single drop detaches from the mist and falls, plink, into the pool below. The sound echoes softly, then ripples spread outward, touching every part of the water's surface, like the breath of the world itself. You begin to sink deeper into this place, not physically, but in awareness. Your thoughts slow down, one by one, like leaves settling onto still water. Each worry floats away, dissolving before it can disturb the quiet. Your breathing follows suit, slower now, deeper now, matching the rhythm of the mist. You do not need to control it. Just let it happen. Let yourself drift along with each gentle exhale. The silver veins in the walls brighten slightly, as though responding to your surrender. The light pulses once, twice, 3 times, each pulse slower than the last. You feel your heartbeat aligning with them, slipping into their cadence until time feels less real than memory. Look down at the surface of the water. See how clearly it reflects you, but also see what else appears beneath your image. There is another version of you, calmer, more whole, someone who never carries burdens, who moves lightly through life, who knows rest as naturally as birds, no flight. That person is already inside you, waiting patiently under layers of noise and speed. Now, in this moment, they rise up, closer than ever before. You don't have to chase them or try harder. Just breathe and let them merge with who you are right now. Feel the warmth of the water rising up around your ankles. It isn't hot, nor even particularly warm, but it carries something more than heat, a kind of knowing touch, like hands that remember your name. The liquid wraps around you gently, lifting away tension you didn't realize was there. From your toes to your calves to your knees, each inch released, softening further. The mist overhead swirls again, slower this time, as if watching over you. Another droplet falls, plink. Its echo fades quickly, absorbed back into the stillness, and with it goes any trace of urgency, of striving, of anything that pulls you away from this moment. You may notice a subtle change in the quality of the silence, not emptiness, but fullness. A presence so quiet it almost hums, as if the entire chamber is holding space for you, keeping you safe while you remember, while you heal, while you return to the calm that lives within you. The silver veins pulse once more, slow and deliberate, and you match it perfectly. Your chest rising, falling, rising, falling, with the rhythm of the world. Let your eyes close now, if they haven't already, and feel the mist above you shift color. from pale lavender to soft gold, a hue that seems to wrap around your thoughts like silk. You are safe here, completely held, protected by the very nature of stillness itself. In this golden glow, your body begins to relax beyond recognition. Muscles soften, joints ease, nerves settle. Even the tiniest parts of you, the ones that carry stress unconsciously, begin to release their grip. You float now, not in water exactly, but in a state of pure being, where effort becomes unnecessary, where comfort flows inward instead of needing to be sought. Listen closely. Do you hear it? The faint hum beneath everything. That 432 hertz frequency, vibrating gently through the mist, through the walls, through the water, through you, aligning your cells, your breath, your heartbeat to a rhythm older than language. As the golden mist continues to deepen, so does your sense of belonging, not to any place or person, but to yourself, to the part of you that remembers, that heals, that rests without conditions, without timelines, without judgment. You are welcome here, always, especially when you forget it. The mist shifts again, now a soft rose pink. Warmth spreads through your chest, not emotional, but cellular, as if your heart is remembering how to open fully. And with that opening comes clarity, a knowing that you were never broken, only buried beneath noise, beneath movement, beneath the illusion that rest was weakness. Here, rest is strength. You are not leaving this place. You are becoming it. Becoming the stillness, the warmth, the deep understanding that peace exists within you, always available, like a spring hidden underground, waiting only for stillness to reveal itself. The mist now glows white, not blinding, but complete, like snow catching sunlight, like the first breath after sleep. Everything feels whole, balanced, ready, not for action, but for presence. presence is enough. More than enough. It is home. When you are ready, you will carry this feeling with you, not as memory, but as truth, as a living thing inside you. Warm, steady, available whenever you return to stillness. The mist begins to fade now, slowly, gently, like a lullaby trailing off. But the feeling remains deep within your core, where it always belonged. You are safe. You are whole. You are at peace. You are not moving through time, but deeper into stillness. Your body has already settled into the rhythm of this place. The chamber holds you like cupped hands hold water. The air is thick with suspended rain, each droplet caught mid-fall, waiting for permission to complete its journey. You do not need to give that permission. It will come when the silence is ready. Feel your feet sink slightly into the soft floor. Not mud, not sand, but something closer to cooled lava that remembers warmth. The surface gives way just enough to remind you that grounding does not require force. Your spine aligns naturally. No effort required, as though drawn upward by invisible threads made of light. This is not posture. This is presence. The walls around you pulse gently, like breath held too long and released slowly. Liquid silver runs through veins of obsidian, tracing patterns older than memory. You don't see these patterns with your eyes. You feel them resonate in your chest. A low frequency moves through the stone, felt more than heard, the anchor. It matches the rhythm of your heartbeat now, or perhaps your heartbeat slows to match it. There is no difference anymore between what vibrates within you and what surrounds you. The mist above shifts without direction, color bleeding from pearl to rose to deep amber. Each hue brings a new texture to the air, cool silk, then warm wool, then something like velvet pressed against bare skin. You begin to root, not metaphorically, but literally. From the base of your spine, fine tendrils extend downward, seeking stability. They find it in layers of compressed minerals, ancient sediment holding stories of countless rains. The roots thicken, branching outward, anchoring you not to the ground, but into stillness itself. You are no longer standing. You are part of the architecture of peace. Light touches your skin now, diffused through the opal sky above. It doesn't burn or blind. It nourishes, like sunlight filtered through leaves. You feel photosynthesis beginning, not in leaves, but in cells awakening to radiant energy. Heat builds in your palms first, then spreads up your arms like honey poured over warm stone. Your breath deepens without command, drawing in more than air, drawing in essence. The cycle begins, not of seasons, but of states. Inhale, the tide rises in your lungs. Exhale, waves lap quietly at the shore of your ribs. With each breath, the boundary between self and space blurs further. You are not becoming the ocean. You were always the ocean, only forgot how to move like water. The merge is not an event. It is a recognition. Your thoughts slow, not because they are pushed away, but because there is nothing left to carry them. Silence settles into every corner of your awareness, like dust motes in afternoon sun. Even the droplets hesitate now, sensing your stillness. One falls, not with sound, but with intention. It strikes the surface near your foot, sending ripples that reach out in perfect circles. Each ring carries a note, not musical, but felt in the marrow of your bones. The resonance returns, matching the tone of your inner calm. You are both listener and instrument, receiver and echo. Time stretches like taffy, pulled between fingers that never tire. Seconds bloom into minutes, minutes soften into hours, all without motion. Your heartbeat slows until it feels like the pulse of the earth itself. You are vast now, not large, but deep. Depth requires no movement, only willingness to descend into yourself. The silver veins in the wall brighten, responding to your quietude. They whisper of other chambers, other silences, other selves who have rested here. But those voices are distant. You belong to this moment completely. The mist above shifts again, revealing glimpses of stars that never set. Their light filters down through layers of atmosphere that exist only in this place. You feel their gaze, not as observation, but as recognition. You are known here. for what you have done, but for what you allow. Stillness is not emptiness. It is fullness without shape. You do not fill the chamber. The chamber fills you. Every particle of air becomes part of your breath. Every ripple in the water echoes in your bloodstream. You are no longer separate from anything. Separation was just another kind of noise. The hum grows stronger now, threading through muscle and sinew like golden wire. It sings not of melody, but of unity, the song of being undivided. Your skin tingles with the memory of wholeness before language carved you into pieces. Before names, before roles, before the weight of becoming someone specific. Now you remember what it means to simply be. To be is to rest in the knowing that nothing is missing. Nothing needs fixing. Nothing needs chasing. Nothing needs explaining. You are whole in the way a mountain is whole, not assembled, but revealed. The roots from your spine deepen, reaching toward the heart of the world. They do not search. They know the path because they have always been there. The core of the earth pulses gently, sharing its secret. Stillness is strength. Not the strength of lifting or pushing, but of holding space for everything. You hold space now, not with walls, but with openness. Openness does not mean vulnerability. It means readiness to receive without resistance. The droplets fall more often now, one after another, each carrying a fragment of sky. They land softly, adding to the growing sense of completion. Completion does not mean ending. It means coming full circle. You are the center of that circle, not because you are special, but because centers always are. The silver rivers in the walls surge briefly, celebrating your arrival. You did not arrive, you arrived. Past tense dissolves here. All verbs become states of being. Being is not action. It is permission to exist exactly as you are. And you are perfectly still, perfectly whole, perfectly present. The mist above parts slightly, showing a glimpse of the infinite canopy beyond. But you do not look up. You have already seen eternity in a single drop. Eternity is not long. It is deep. Deep enough to hold every breath, every beat, every moment of surrender. You surrender now, not to loss, but to belonging. belonging to this silence, this stillness, this endless now. The chamber breathes with you, expanding and contracting in shared rhythm. You are no longer guest or visitor. You are home. Home is not a place. It is a feeling of having always been here. A feeling so profound it cannot be named, only lived. Lived not in time, but in depth, depth without bottom, without edge. You sink into it willingly, gratefully, completely. Gratitude flows through you like warm water, washing away all remnants of striving. Striving was never necessary. You were always enough. Enough not for achievement, but for existence. Existence is gift enough. No wrapper needed, no bow required. The droplets continue to fall, each one a reminder of completion. Completion that loops back on itself, forming spirals instead of lines. Spirals do not lead anywhere. They turn in place, returning again and again. Like your breath, like your heartbeat, like the pulse of the earth. Returning not to start over, but to settle deeper. Deeper into the truth that you are not going anywhere. Nowhere to go, nothing to fix, no one to become. Just being, just resting, just allowing. Allowing the silence to fill every cell, every space between thoughts. Filling not like water fills a glass, but like light fills a room. Quietly, completely, effortlessly. Effortlessly is the only way stillness can be sustained. Sustained not by will, but by willingness. Willingness to let go of the illusion that control is possible. Control is not freedom. Letting go is freedom. Freedom to rest, to breathe, to be exactly as you are. Exactly as you have always been, beneath all the doing, beneath all the becoming, beneath even the idea of self. Self dissolves here, not into nothing, but into everything. Everything that ever was, is, or could be. Held in the embrace of suspended rain, in the cradle of mineralized peace. Peace that asks nothing of you except presence. Presence that requires nothing except acceptance. Acceptance that brings its own kind of grace. Grace that flows like warm water over smooth stone. Stone that knows how to wait, how to hold space for centuries without complaint. Complaint is noise. Stillness is silence. Silence that speaks louder than any word. Wordless communication between you and the chamber, you and the earth, you and the droplets, you and the mist, you and the silver streams, all speaking the same language, the language of rest. Rest that repairs not the body, but the understanding. Understanding that you are never broken, only forgotten. Forgotten by the mind, remembered by the heart. Heart that beats now in harmony with the resonance. Resonance that carries the frequency of home. Frequency that bypasses thought and settles directly into being. Being that needs no proof, no validation, no witness. It simply is, as you simply are not separate, are not incomplete, are not temporary. Temporary is illusion. Permanence is silence. Silence that holds all sounds, all movements, all possibilities. Possibilities that unfold not in time, but in depth. Depth that calls you further in, not to explore, but to recognize. Recognize what you have always been, always will be, always have been. You begin to notice how each breath moves differently now. The air flows in with a gentle resistance at first, then softens as it fills the lower chambers of your lungs. Your chest expands just enough to welcome this quiet visitor, and your shoulders drop slightly, as if releasing something they had been holding onto. There is no rush here, no need to hurry or push forward into what comes next. Each breath simply arrives when it's ready, and when it leaves, it takes with it any small tension that might have gathered in the space between heartbeats. You can feel your body beginning to settle more deeply into itself. Like soil after the first drops of rain have kissed its surface, the muscles in your neck soften. The jaw unhinges from its usual clench. Even the space behind your eyes begins to relax. This is not sleep yet, but something richer, a conscious sinking, a deliberate choice to let go of everything except the simple fact of being present. You become aware of a subtle vibration somewhere near your solar plexus. Not loud or demanding, but steady, like the distant hum of a tuning fork, or perhaps the echo of a whale's song traveling through deep water. This frequency seems to resonate with something ancient within you, something that remembers what peace feels like before thoughts learned to crowd the silence, before the mind began its endless cataloging of concerns. There was this quiet knowing, this fundamental ease. The vibration grows warmer as you rest your attention on it. Not hot or uncomfortable, but like lying in late afternoon sunlight, when the day has settled into its most golden hour, and time moves so slowly that minutes feel like gifts. You notice how your breathing has begun to synchronize with this rhythm, as if your body recognizes a familiar melody and wants nothing more than to dance along. The inhale now carries a sense of anticipation, not anxious or urgent, but curious, like the moment before stepping into warm water. The exhale brings with it a feeling of completion, as though each out breath is gently closing one door, while simultaneously opening another. There is no loss in this exchange, only a continuous unfolding, a natural progression deeper into yourself. You begin to sense the boundary between self and environment dissolving, not disappearing entirely, but becoming more permeable, like a shoreline where waves lap gently against sand. The distinction between where you end and the world begins becomes beautifully unclear. Air moves through your nostrils with new awareness. Each molecule seems to carry information, not just oxygen, but stories, memories of forests and oceans, of mountains breathing in the thin air of their peaks. You realize that you have always been connected to these elements, not metaphorically, but literally. Every atom in your body has danced through countless forms, been part of clouds and rivers, stars and soil, ancient seas and morning dew. This knowledge doesn't come as a shock, but as a recognition, deep and certain, like remembering the face of someone you've never consciously met, but whose presence feels familiar, whose energy resonates with something true in your core. The vibration in your center pulses more distinctly now, almost like a heartbeat, but slower, more intentional, as if your body is learning to drum a new rhythm, one that speaks to healing rather than survival. You can feel this frequency moving through you, starting from that warm place near your navel, traveling up through your torso, brushing against your heart with each pulse, causing it to slow slightly, as if responding to a lover's touch. The sensation continues upward through your throat, where it seems to dissolve any remaining tension, any leftover knots from words unsaid or swallowed. Your voice box relaxes completely, no longer needing to prepare for speech, no longer carrying the weight of having to make yourself heard. The vibration reaches your head now, not crashing in like a wave, but seeping in gently, like water finding its way through porous stone. The space behind your eyes fills with warmth, and the constant chatter of mental commentary begins to fade. Not because it's being silenced, but because it's no longer necessary. There's nothing urgent to think about, nothing that requires your immediate attention. Accept this moment, this breath, this feeling of complete belonging. You become aware of your hands resting somewhere near your sides, fingers loose and open, palms facing upward, as if waiting to receive something delicate, or perhaps as if offering something back. The skin on your palms tingles slightly, not unpleasantly, but like the anticipation of touch. You notice the texture of whatever surface supports you, whether it's a bed, a chair, or simply the ground itself. The material beneath you seems to breathe with you, rising and falling with each cycle, creating a perfect harmony between support and surrender. The backs of your hands rest against this surface, and you can feel its temperature, its texture, its willingness to hold you without judgment, without expectation, without asking anything of you at all. Your fingers begin to move almost imperceptibly, not with purpose, but with curiosity, exploring the space around them, feeling for textures that might tell a story, or temperatures that might offer comfort. Each fingertip becomes a sensor, gathering information not for analysis, but for pure experience. The difference between silk and cotton, between wood and metal, becomes becomes a meditation in itself, a celebration of the variety available in this one simple sensation. The vibration in your center continues its journey, now moving downward toward your pelvis, then your legs, bringing awareness to parts of yourself that often go unnoticed until they ache or tire. But now they are simply felt, appreciated, acknowledged as essential components of this complete and whole being. Your thighs relax more deeply, releasing any residual tension from standing, from walking, from carrying the weight of daily life. Your knees soften, not weak or unstable, but flexible, ready to bend when needed, but equally capable of standing firm, depending on what the moment calls for. Your calves release their grip on the day, letting go of the need to push forward, to propel you towards some imagined destination. Instead, they settle into stillness, content to simply be, to support the structure above them, without complaint or demand. Your feet connect more fully with whatever ground holds them, toes spreading naturally, arches lifting slightly, heels grounding down, as if establishing roots, as if preparing to draw nourishment from the earth itself. You can feel the soles of your feet now, the individual pressure points, the way your weight distributes across the surface, the small adjustments your body makes without your conscious involvement to maintain perfect balance in this moment of complete rest. The vibration has completed its circuit, traveling from center to extremities and back again, leaving in its wake a trail of deepened awareness, a path of renewed connection between all the pieces that make up who you are. This frequency continues to pulse, but now it feels less like something happening to you and more like something you are, an expression of your own inner wisdom, a reminder of your capacity for self healing, for returning to balance whenever you choose to remember. You begin to understand that this vibration isn't separate from you. It's simply a clearer expression of what's already there, a tuning fork for your natural resonance, a way of amplifying the peace that lives within your cellular memory, waiting patiently to be rediscovered With each breath, you sink more completely into this understanding, no longer trying to grasp or hold onto anything, but simply allowing the experience to unfold, like watching clouds drift across an open sky. You witness the movement without needing to direct it, without feeling responsible for its outcome. The boundary between observer and observed begins to blur, as if the part of you that watches and the part of you that is watched are both expressions of the same consciousness, resting in different positions, like two hands meeting palm to palm, recognizing themselves in each other. The air around you seems to thicken slightly, not becoming heavy or difficult to breathe, but more substantial, more supportive, as if you're floating in a medium designed specifically to cradle your current state. You can feel this atmosphere embracing you, wrapping around your shoulders, filling the spaces between your fingers, supporting your head like a gentle hand, guiding you deeper into relaxation without ever pulling you away from yourself. The temperature seems perfectly calibrated, neither too warm nor too cool, but exactly right for the work your body is doing, releasing, integrating, remembering what it means to be completely at home in your own skin. The sounds around you begin to shift, not becoming louder or softer, but more harmonious, as if your nervous system is naturally attuning to frequencies that support healing. The distant hum of electricity, the subtle creaking of buildings settling, even the sound of your own breathing, all seem to fall into a rhythm that complements the vibration in your center. You realize that you don't need to do anything special to maintain this state. It's not fragile or temporary, but solid and reliable, like discovering a room in your house you never knew existed, but was always there, waiting for you to step inside. The concept of time begins to lose its grip, not because minutes are speeding up or slowing down, but because the need to measure them has dissolved. There is no deadline here, no schedule to keep, no future moment that will be more important than this one. You exist in a space where duration is irrelevant, where each second contains infinite depth, where the quality of attention matters more than the quantity of time spent. You could stay here forever, and it would still be just this moment, just this breath, just this feeling of complete integration. The vibration in your center stabilizes, no longer pulsing up and down through your body, but maintaining a steady, comfortable rhythm, like a lighthouse beam, rotating slowly, illuminating different aspects of your inner landscape. With each pass, you begin to notice layers within yourself, not hidden or buried, but simply resting beneath the surface activity of daily consciousness, like sediment in calm water, settling according to its natural density. The heaviest particles, the most essential truths, have found their way to the bottom, where they remain steady and unmoved by the ripples above. These foundational elements don't need to be discovered because they've never left. They simply wait, patient and unwavering, for moments like this, when the surface settles enough for them to be clearly seen. The light from your inner lighthouse touches something soft, something that feels like compassion, but not directed outward toward others, rather inward toward yourself, a tenderness that recognizes all the ways you've tried to survive, all the strategies you've developed to navigate a complex world. This compassion doesn't judge, doesn't try to fix or change anything, but simply acknowledges with profound understanding that you've done the best you could with the resources available at each moment, in each situation, throughout your entire journey. The vibration carries this recognition through your system, allowing it to settle into places that may have forgotten how to receive kindness, how to accept love, especially the love that comes from within, from the deepest parts of yourself that have always known you were worthy, you were enough, you were never broken, just temporarily misaligned, like a musical instrument that needed retuning. The process wasn't punishment, but practice. Each challenge, each difficulty, each moment of confusion or pain was simply part of the process of remembering who you truly are. Beneath beneath all the conditioning, beneath all the roles you've played, beneath all the stories you've told yourself about who you should be or what you should accomplish or how you should appear to the outside world, there was always this core of peace, this unshakable knowing that you were loved simply for existing. The vibration pulses again, and this time you recognize it as gratitude, not for anything specific, but for the simple miracle of consciousness itself, the ability to feel, to breathe, to be present in this moment, to witness the extraordinary, ordinary experience of being alive, of having a body that can heal itself, that can regenerate, that can find its way back to balance and harmony without any external intervention, simply through the natural intelligence that flows through every cell, every organ, every system working together in perfect orchestration. You begin to appreciate the complexity of your own being, not as a machine, but as a living ecosystem where millions of processes happen simultaneously, all supporting the singular experience of being you. Right here, right now, the vibration shifts slightly, taking on a quality that feels like forgiveness, not because you've done anything wrong, but because the act of forgiving yourself for believing that you needed to be forgiven is part of the healing process. It's a release, a letting go of the burden of perfection, of the impossible standard, of never making mistakes, never feeling uncertain, never needing help, never wanting rest. This forgiveness flows through you, clearing away old residue, making space for new possibilities, for fresh perspectives, for a deeper trust in your own inherent wisdom. You feel your body responding to this permission to relax completely. Muscles that have been holding tension for reasons you may never fully understand begin to release their grip, not dramatically, but gradually, like snow melting in spring sunshine, dropping away layer by layer, revealing the tender skin beneath, which has been waiting patiently to breathe freely again, to receive nourishment directly, rather than through the filter of chronic tension. Your spine lengthens slightly, as if grateful for the opportunity to return to its natural curve without the compression of defensive posturing. Your ribcage expands more fully, allowing your lungs to fill completely, bringing more oxygen to every corner of your being, enhancing the clarity of your inner experience, making it easier to distinguish between what serves you and what no longer fits, what needs to be released, and what deserves to be nurtured. The vibration continues to rotate, illuminating different aspects of your inner landscape, each revelation bringing more completeness to your understanding of who you really are beneath all the surface activity, beneath all the accumulated habits of thinking and worrying, of planning and anticipating. You discover a place within yourself that has always known how to be still, how to rest, how to simply exist without needing to prove anything or achieve anything or become anything different from what you already are. This discovery brings a profound sense of relief, as if you finally found the missing piece of a puzzle you didn't know you'd been trying to solve. It's not that anything was broken, but rather that you'd been looking for peace in all the wrong places, chasing it through achievements, through relationships, through external validation, when all along it was residing quietly in the center of your being, waiting for this exact moment to reveal itself. The vibration stabilizes once more, and you realize that you don't need to maintain it or control it or even fully understand it. It simply is. And in its presence, everything else falls into place. Your breathing, your heartbeat, your thoughts, even your relationship with the concept of time itself, all align with this natural rhythm, this healing frequency that has always been available. But only now are you ready to receive it completely. Let the edges of your awareness begin to soften now. Feel how the thoughts that were once sharp and demanding are melting into something much gentler. There is no rush here. No need to hold on to anything at all. Just let everything you carried today begin to slip away like mist lifting from still water. The weight in your shoulders was never yours to carry forever. The tension in your chest has served its purpose. Now it too can dissolve into the quiet space around you. You are learning how to release what does not belong to you anymore. And in that release, there is such deep comfort. Breathe in slowly now. Let the air fill every corner of your lungs with calm. And as you breathe out, feel how much lighter you have already become. This breath is yours, but so is this moment, and this peace that moves through you like a gentle current. It belongs to you completely. Allow your eyelids to grow heavy now, if they haven't already. Let them fall shut like curtains closing over a window, not to block out light, but to invite in something deeper, something more nourishing than sight alone could ever offer. In this darkness, there is safety, warmth, and endless support. The images that flickered across your mind earlier are fading now, like clouds drifting past a mountain peak. They come and go, but the mountain remains. Steady, calm, unchanging. That mountain is within you, and it holds you perfectly. You don't need to see anything now. You don't need to do anything now. Your body knows exactly what it needs. Your heart knows where to find rest. Your mind is finally beginning to trust in this process. Let yourself sink deeper into this knowing, deeper than thought, deeper than memory, into the place where healing begins, where restoration flows naturally, where every cell in your being remembers what true rest feels like. The resonance that has been humming quietly beneath everything else is growing stronger now. Not louder, but more present, more available to you. It moves through your bones, through your blood, through the spaces between your thoughts. This is not sound as you know it. It is vibration. Vibration that carries information your system understands. Vibration that speaks directly to your nervous system, telling it that it is safe, telling it that it can finally relax. The resonance doesn't stop when the words do. It continues its work while you rest, while you drift, while you heal. It works quietly, patiently, with infinite care. Your body knows what to do with this. Trust it. Trust the wisdom that lives in every fiber of your being. Trust the rhythm of your own breath, the steady beat of your heart, the natural flow of energy returning to balance. You are not separate from this process. You are part of it, co-creating with it, allowing it to unfold within you, around you, through you. There is nothing for you to fix, nothing for you to push toward completion. Everything is already moving exactly as it should. Your only job is to receive, to allow, to be present with whatever arises. If thoughts come, let them pass like birds flying overhead. If sensations arise, meet them with kindness. If emotions surface, hold space for them without needing to change their shape. This is not about control. It is about connection. Connection to the part of you that has always known how to heal. The part that remembers what wholeness feels like. The part that has been waiting patiently for you to arrive here. You have arrived. You are here, in this moment, in this breath, in this space between effort and surrender. Feel how supported you are right now, how completely held by the universe, by your own inner wisdom, by the love that exists within you, whether you recognize it or not. This love is not conditional. It does not depend on productivity, on achievement, on performance of any kind. It simply is, as constant as gravity, as reliable as sunrise, as real as the ground beneath your feet. And just like those things, you can lean into it fully, knowing it will never give way, never leave you unsupported, never abandon you in your time of need. This peace is always here, whenever you need it, whenever you want to return to this feeling. It will be waiting, like a favorite blanket, like a door that's always unlocked. You do not have to earn access to this space. You do not have to convince anyone, least of all yourself, that you deserve to rest here, because you always have, and you always will. The invitation is open-ended, gentle, without expectation. Whenever you feel called back to this stillness, you can find your way again, through the same breath, the same intention, the same willingness to let go. There is no pressure to remember every word, no test to pass before you're allowed to return. Just the simple truth that this place exists for you whenever you choose to visit, whenever life becomes too much, whenever your heart needs a reminder of its own strength. You can come back again and again, as many times as you need, because this peace is not temporary. It is eternal. It is yours. It has always been yours. Right now, in this very moment, you are touching that peace. You are breathing it in, carrying it with you, becoming it, letting it become you. And when you wake up, when you open your eyes, when you step back into the world, carry this feeling with you, not as something fragile, but as something solid, something unshakable, something that lives in your cells now. Let it inform the way you move through your day, the way you speak to yourself, the way you respond to challenges, not with force, but with grace, not with resistance, but with acceptance, not with fear, but with trust. You are changing, slowly, gently, but surely, every time you return to this space. You are becoming more of who you truly are, less of who you think you should be, more authentic, more grounded, more at ease, more yourself. And that version of you, the one who rests deeply, who heals naturally, who trusts the flow of life, that version is already here, waiting beneath the layers, ready to emerge, ready to shine. So rest now, not because you're tired, but because you're whole, not because you failed, but because you're succeeding at being exactly who you are meant to be. Sleep now. Until we meet again in the quiet.